everybody. So a couple things before we start. I just want to say, hopefully you're going to like what's coming up. Because I'm learning how to edit more. I'm not going to give away any of my ideas yet. Because I want to make it somewhat of a prize. But I'll say is I'm starting to edit more. And hopefully this channel will be better for you guys. I'm going to give you many different content. A lot of changes, a lot of cool changes. Hopefully you're going to like them. Because I want to switch this channel out to be more entertainment. So you're not going to see a bunch of politics. I'm going to use, however, this may actually be my last politic video, to be honest. But I think I'm going to make this a section because I see it less political and more interesting topic. So let's get into it. I have more of a beatnik style, but I like all types of styles. My favorite generations are Generation X, but I also have this big impersonation to the beat generation. Lately, I've been trying to challenge myself. Even when it comes to Gen X, I've been trying to challenge myself. That's why I made that "What was it like to be autistic in Generation X" video, because I'm trying to find myself. Yes, it's uncomfortable to talk about the problematic things of your favorite generations, but let's be honest. If we don't do that, we become too nostalgic to the point we only want to remember the good stuff. And if we only remember the good stuff, we get stuck in this capitalistic state of kind of like repeating the same thing. Yeah, at first it starts out kind of cool. We get the fashion. I admit, my channel has kind of became that, hasn't it? It became like this huge nostalgia bias. But I'm trying to break out of that. I understand it's cool to look at the fashion and the music and even some of the movies and the books. But you gotta understand something. Sometimes we get into situations we don't want to be a part of. And today I'm going to talk about something. The beat generation. Or beatniks, which I'm going to say. Could the beatniks be problematic? Now, let me tell you what got me to think about this. I found this really interesting book called Beatnik Fascism. Now, it's satire, obviously. But the guy named, what's his name? Brian Avison. I'm sorry if I mess up his name at all, but and I may actually do a review of that book, but, down the road. But basically, he kind of does the satire at, there's alt-right and there's alt-left. And the satire is kind of like, well, even the beatniks, who were super radical for their time, keep in mind, they use a lot of N-words in their books. Even though they were doing it for satire, that could be seen as problematic. They called a lot of gay guys fairies back then in their books. Now, keep in mind, even though a lot of those beatniks were gay, it's hard to kind of look at it in a modern day context and not go, ooh, that doesn't settle right with me. I'm starting to, and as I'm really starting to think about these things, I think we gotta understand times change. Everything what we think what was okay back then obviously is not going to be okay now. I mean, heck, what's okay nowadays might not even be okay 20, 40 years ago. That's why I always say, be careful what you do, because you may be seen as a bad person 20 years from now. I'm pretty sure, and I know I didn't probably do anything wrong, but who knows what the Sanders would change to back then. But I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing because we all want to do better. You know, take for example what used to be one of my favorite beatnik authors, Allen Ginsberg. I did a review of his book Howl on my Grunge Sickness channel back when I had that. He turned out, and I did a lot of research on it, and sadly it's true, he was a pedophile. He was part of NAFA. He was part of the Man Love Boy Association. And it grosses me out. I still think Howl is a masterpiece, but it grosses me out. You know, and I don't know why such a great, important, intelligent guy like Allen Ginsberg could be a pedophile. That makes no sense. But I think when we think about these things logically, we gotta understand, and I've fallen in this trap so many times, just because something is considered cool or counterculture doesn't make it good. And I'm not trying to say the beatnik culture was necessarily bad. There's a lot of cool stuff in the beatnik culture. But I think if we're singing, and it's not really about just the beatnik culture, I'm using that as a reference, but really anything you're into, keep in mind, we may find things in there we don't like. Now, am I trying to say I'm done with the beatnik culture? No, because deep in my heart, I am a beatnik. But times change, and if you look to the surface, you may find some things you don't like. Tell me what you think. Okay, bye.